Folks, drama, bin drama, Arab drama, all a drama. Yeah. The last 24 hours or so have been the most eventful and the most controversial, 24 hours in Kenyan politics in recent times. In fact, sections of the Kenyan media are clearly confused. They don't know what news is more important than which news. They don't know which news is real and which news is fake. They're just totally confused. So that you see something on social media, you hear a word on the ground about something, you go to the press, it's not there. Or you find a small story, talking about something related, to what you want to know, but with scanty details. And I don't blame our media. This is what happens when so many things happen so quickly, and you find yourself in a situation whereby the pace you're used to has been multiplied many times over. What do you do? Anyway, let's try and break it down. Now, every time I talk about ODM, and specifically the ODM Kibra seat, I always manage to rub some people on this channel, some prominent members of this channel, the wrong way. They're very emotional about this subject. They tend to get easily irritated when I say anything about ODM. But guys, let's be fair. If I'm going to say something about Tanga, what is happening, what is unfolding on the ground, I will not be able to sleep at night if I refuse, to criticize ODM. I'm sorry, I won't be able to look at myself in the mirror, because I'm supposed to be neutral. And if I hit out at Tanga group, is there anybody who is untouchable? Is there any group, any political party which must remain untouchable? Come on, guys. Because what these good people are saying, and you'll see in the comments area, the kind of comments they're shooting at me, by the way, which I don't mind, but I just want people to be less emotional, So, but what they're saying is that my reports, hitting out at Tanga, are very accurate, excellent, very educative. But my ODM comments, or my ODM videos, are uninformed, badly researched. I'm telling you, Kenyans. Anyway, the very big question lingering on the minds of close political observers is the following. Was Bernard Otieno Okoth, aka Imran, genuinely nominated, genuinely elected, to be the ODM flag bearer in the Kibra by-election? Because in the wake of some leaked screenshots on social media, it seems that, or rather it's being implied, that Imran actually purchased, bought with cash, the ODM nomination. Well, some people I respect have told me in no uncertain terms that is fake news. There's nothing like that. Na hiyo ni sawa. That is okay. However, this has led me to start asking myself some questions. Is it possible? This is just a question I'm asking. Please answer it honestly, without emotion. Without getting emotional. And without saying I'm not researching this particular video. Is it possible that a candidate who was not able to address a public rally in Kibra, because he was involved in the cremation of his late brother, which angered most of the voters who appear to be traditional, is it possible for such a candidate, just a handful of days later, to win by a landslide? That means the votes they garnered is almost the same number of votes all the other competitors garnered. Is that possible? What happened in just a few days that changed the minds of some very emotional voters? What is it that happened? Yes, you can do door-to-door campaigns, but is it possible to do 4,000 door-to-door calls within a couple of days? Is that possible? Those are the questions I'm asking myself. And mind you, I'm not saying anything. I'm just asking questions. Anyway, that I will deal with in the next video, which should be released shortly after this one has been released on the public channel. So please look for that one. It will be very informative because I have some inside information. Anyway, let us move on to the main topic of this first video. And it is the other event that has unfolded in the last 24 hours. The clash in a Murang'a church, yes, you heard me right, right inside a Catholic church. Fracas, political fracas, broke out. Yani Kenyan politicians don't even respect God. My friends, in a church, I think we've gone too far. Anyway, what happened was the clash in a Murang'a church, the Gitui Catholic Church. Let me pronounce that properly. Gitui Catholic Church in Kiharu constituency. But let us start this story at the beginning. There was a church function to raise funds, and the guest of honor was Team Kieleweke's minor Kamanda, a former legislator for Starehe constituency, who lost to Jaguar, but is now a nominated member of parliament representing the Jubilee political party. In recent times, Bwana Kamanda has emerged as one of the most vocal members of Team Kieleweke. So this guy was invited as the guest of honor in this Catholic church fundraiser. And all was going very well until Bwana Kamanda decided to invite the local MP, Ndindi Nyoro, to speak. And when Ndindi Nyoro grabbed the microphone, akakataa kuiachilia. It became clear that Honorable Nyoro was livid. He was very angry. He said that in that constituency, nobody, and I mean nobody, is allowed to introduce guests and introduce other politicians when he is the member of parliament for that area. And he added that Bwana Kamanda has been undermining him in his constituency. Now, just hold your horses there for a minute. What this legislator is telling us is that if Kumekucha had a private function in Murang'a and invited one of the prominent commentators on this channel to be the guest of honor, that guest of honor in my private function will not be allowed to introduce anybody. Mpaka tutafute Bwana Nyoro akuje introduce politicians or any other important guests at my private function. No, you just form your opinion on that. I've just given you the facts. What do you think? If you really want me to say, I think it is totally and absolutely absurd. Anyway, let's continue our story. So trouble started when some people tried to forcefully remove Bwana Nyoro from the function so that the function could continue. At one point, it was thought that there was an attempt to arrest Bwana Nyoro, which security personnel present at the function denied. They said no. They had all the personnel, they had all the resources, they had everything on the ground to arrest him. But they did not attempt to arrest him. Still, his close aides and supporters thought Nyoro was being arrested. Therefore, they cordoned him off. They protected their legislator. And in doing so, also delayed his being ejected out of the function so that the function, whose guest of honor was Maina Kamanda and not Ndindi Nyoro, could continue. As all this was unfolding, Maina Kamanda got so mad that he suggested to the security personnel who were present that they should arrest Nyoro for incitement. That, of course, made things worse as far as Nyoro supporters were concerned. And so after that, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Kiharu went into hiding. And he sneaked into the Inoro FM studios, Royal Media Services, in Kilimani, Nairobi, for a show that ended at 9 a.m. But Nyoro did not leave the premises until after midnight. Why? Because he says there were people waiting to arrest him, and he was avoiding arrest. A statement was released, during that time he was in hiding, that Nyoro was ready to report to any police station in the morning. But clearly he was in no mood to spend the night in police cells until the next morning. What is happening here? Now all that drama unfolded yesterday, Sunday. Now today, Nyoro reemerges in Murang'a. And he says some people have been threatening him. They're threatening him to leave Team Tangatanga and join Team Keleweke, which he is not ready to do. Why? According to Nyoro, he does not want and he will never think of leaving Team Tangatanga because DP Ruto is very popular in Murang'a. But it is impossible for him to sell Team Keleweke in Murang'a because he cannot sell Raila Odinga in Murang'a. Yani, hata watu wafanye nini, Raila Odinga hawezi hata siku moja kununulika Murang'a. I am telling you, kimeumana kuumana. But that is not all that happened. This morning, in the AM show on NTV, in a clearly choreographed move, the controversial Kandara legislator, who is a firm member of Team Tangatanga, Alice Wahome, threw caution to the winds and said some things that one would never, ever in 100 years expect to hear coming out of the mouth of one Alice Wahome. You see, Mheshimiwa Alice Wahome is a practicing lawyer. And therefore, like most lawyers, is very cautious about what she's saying. Always being careful, to keep within the parameters of the law, and even taking note of laws in the periphery, that may touch what she speaks. That's how lawyers operate. But this morning, the good Mheshimiwa threw all caution to the wind and said some devastating things. Now, Mheshimiwa Home said, and I'll start with what hit me the most, that Interior Permanent Secretary Karanja Kibicho, in a text message, warned her, to never mention his name in public or in public functions again. Of course, what that means is that the Honorable Member of Parliament has saved that text message on her phone. She has the evidence that what she's saying is true. And then she added that actually there was a plot to finish herself and Kiharu Member of Parliament, Ndindi Nyoro. This practicing lawyer, who is also the Member of Parliament for Kandara, which is a constituency in Murang'a, also said that there was a meeting recently, in the house of a prominent businessman to discuss how to finish off herself and Ndindi Nyoro. And it was said at the meeting that Ndindi Nyoro was not a political force, he was a small man. Therefore, removing him would not cause any problems in Kenya. It would not have serious repercussions. People may make noise, talk about it, but then it will quickly be forgotten. Now, take careful note of the fact that this was not being said by Rift Valley legislator Bwana Sudi, who says all kinds of things. No, this was Alice Wahome. Yeah. Now, by the way, in my most recent weekly intelligence briefs, I talk about a similar claim by Tanga about this elimination business, and especially about an incident that happened in Turkana in March this year. It is a very explosive video, trust me. Now you should be able to see on your screens right now details on how to take advantage of a very special offer to sneak into the weekly intelligence briefs, at a very special price. Now, once you become a member, one of the things that will happen is that you'll get all the other highly sensitive weekly intelligence briefs you've missed. And in one of them, there's a lot of details about Mr. Karanja Kibicho. Because you may be listening to this and wondering, what is all the fuss about the PS Interior? I assure you, iko maneno. Let me just leave it at that. My recommendation, sneak into the WIB's weekly intelligence briefs and get this information and understand totally what is unfolding even now over this matter. I'm sure it is not what most of you people think. Anyway, let's continue. Now, in my view, based on my experience covering politicians in this country called Kenya, in my view, what Alice Wahome said, in what I've already said was a choreographed move, was something that had been carefully prepared. She was coached on what to say. Why? In my view, it was to get Mr. Nyoro out of the hole he dug himself and jumped into himself. So divert attention to a plot to eliminate Bwana Nyoro that actually does not exist. So that people stop talking about how the honorable member of Kiharu disrupted a meeting, in fact a fundraiser inside a church, for no good reason. And instead, everybody starts talking about a Nyoro plot. From where I sit, that is exactly what it looks like. But having said that, some earlier statements by some people in Tanga, some less controversial, more quietly released and executed statements within the Tanga group deserve the attention of every Kenyan of goodwill. And that information you'll find in the weekly intelligence briefs. You'll understand what I'm talking about. And I hope you're aware that keeping that information away from the public channel is not to keep you in suspense. It's not to force you to join the WIB. No. It is because that info is highly, extremely, absolutely sensitive. Now, in my view, if we're to look at human nature, the recent actions of these members of Team Tanga can only suggest one thing. That actually, within Team Tanga, these people seem to be very frightened of something that is about to happen in Kenya, that will affect them. They seem to be scared and under intense pressure. When a human being is under intense pressure, they may sometimes start to act irrationally. I'm afraid that is a normal and expected reaction in a human being. Let me give you an example from everyday life. You're a husband. You're under intense pressure in the office. You have a new boss. And he has put so much pressure on you. He's even threatening to sack you. And you've taken out a very big loan. So sacking at the moment would be total disaster. And you arrive home and you find your children very happily doing homework on the table somewhere. And your dear wife, taking in her soaps, her Mexican soaps. And then you disrupt everything. You snatch the remote from your wife and change to another channel as you tell your children to go and do their homework in their bedroom. Yeah, and you know very well there's nowhere to sit except the bed, the bedroom. How will they do their homework? And meanwhile, you're telling off your wife in front of the children. These are the Mexican soaps that have confused you so that you've started wearing short dresses to the office. You're a married woman. What are you trying to do? Which man in the office are you trying to slay? Yeah, and you're telling her this in front of the children. And everybody in the house wonders what's happening. Yeah, they wonder why you've lost control. Because you're normally more calm. Yeah, you're diplomatic. You don't just snatch remotes and change channels. You don't chase away the children to the bedroom. Yeah, you're acting because you're under a lot of stress in the office. Yeah, that's normal. Actually, it's not exactly normal because a real man will keep control. They'll control themselves no matter what kind of pressure they are in. They'll not hit out at other people. That is what weak men tend to do. Not the real deal. Anyway, the long and short of what I'm saying is that let us watch very carefully what is going to happen starting from tomorrow until the end of this month. And don't forget that at the end of this month, the old Kenya shillings 1,000 notes will become totally and absolutely useless. They will no longer be legal tender. That already is putting pressure on some people. Yeah, some people whose campaign war chest is mostly made up of those notes. And don't be fooled. Let nobody cheat you. Yeah, that all that money can be exchanged on time. Yeah, into the new notes. No way. I mean, even if you had 1 billion shillings, yeah, because these people have much more than that. If you had 1 billion shillings, from the time the announcement was made until now, it is highly unlikely that you'd have managed to exchange into the new notes even half that amount. Let alone the double-digit estimates, double-digit billion estimates we're being given that some people have stacked away somewhere. In other words, if I can put it in Kenyan terms, pressure inapanda na inapanda haraka sana. This, coupled with some other rapidly unfolding events on our local scene, must make life a nightmare for some people. I don't think some people are sleeping well at night. That is the truth. And it doesn't matter the kind of brave faces they present to us during the day and tell us everything is okay. It isn't. If I can put it another way, yeah, these latest developments over the last 24 hours are only a clear indicator, a clear sign that something major has to give. And it has to give very soon. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.